Here's a connection most people miss. Your neck pain might actually be starting with your eyes. Eye strain from screens creates this cascade of compensatory behaviors that end up causing musculoskeletal problems, and this is one of those secondary pathways that often goes completely unaddressed in typical neck pain treatment. The mechanism works like this. When you're straining to see your screen, maybe because of glare, poor brightness settings, or uncorrected vision problems, you compensate by moving your head forward. You're trying to get closer to see better. You also squint, which creates facial and neck muscle tension. And the effort of sustained focus, especially with poor visual contrast, increases overall muscle rigidity throughout your neck and shoulders. Optimizing your visual environment is surprisingly straightforward but often overlooked. Your screen brightness should match your ambient light. If you're in a dark room with a bright screen, that's problematic. If you're in a bright room with a dim screen, you're straining. Glare is a huge issue, and it's addressable through monitor positioning. You don't want windows or lights reflecting off your screen, and anti-glare filters if needed. Vision correction is a big piece of this that gets missed. A lot of people are using their regular distance glasses for computer work, but the focal length is wrong. Computer screens are typically 20 to 30 inches away, which is an intermediate distance. Your distance prescription often isn't optimal for that range. Progressive lenses create this issue where people tilt their heads back to see through the right part of the lens, which creates neck problems. You actually need computer-specific glasses with the right focal length for your work setup. The blue light dimension has gotten a lot of attention, and the evidence is more nuanced than the marketing suggests. The bigger issue is screen brightness in evening hours disrupting your circadian rhythm and affecting sleep quality. Poor sleep amplifies pain perception. So it's less about the specific blue wavelength and more about overall brightness management and screen time before bed. The 20-20-20 rule for eyes pairs with the movement breaks we talked about earlier. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. This reduces accommodative strain, which is the effort your eye muscles make to focus on close objects. What really concerns me is the pandemic legacy here. Remote work meant massive increases in screen time for most people. We went from maybe 6 hours a day to 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours looking at screens. That's a huge jump in visual demand, and we're seeing the consequences in increased reports of both eye strain and neck pain. The comprehensive eye exam that includes occupational vision assessment is something most people don't get. Your standard eye exam checks if you can see the chart on the wall. It doesn't necessarily assess whether your prescription is optimal for extended computer work at your specific working distance. Getting that occupational vision component evaluated can reveal issues that standard exams miss. The interconnection between vision and posture creates this feedback loop. Poor posture affects breathing, breathing affects muscle tension, tension affects how you hold your head position affects vision, vision problems affect posture. You can intervene at any point in that loop, but addressing the visual component is often the easiest and most overlooked entry point.